Oh. Alright.
Hey,
Alright. Obviously the first thing to start off with is that great hop at the beginning that I didn't get. I'm just sad. Obviously instant restart. Go to your first goal.
Hey, what's up, man?
The important thing to do here is hold your button to spine transfer. Get the instant spine transfer. When you're doing that combo, I have to think about it, but
Hey, what's up, man?
I always go for a boneless and then 5 tricks almost every time. I think. Yeah, I always go for 5 tricks into a special manual.
I wouldn't be ashamed to know you.
Like that. And that should work out for that goal. This goal's pretty self-explanatory. The only interesting thing is, the later you jump, is that you can jump over that rail, which will lead you into a slightly more direct path. Alright.
Yo, you
Third goal. Okay, so what I normally do is I hold A on the first one, I let go of it mid-thing so you don't late Ollie. And then you hold spine transfer. Because that way you can quick revert.
Yo, you
Because you don't. Yeah, I just hold it the whole time. If you don't, you might miss a revert, which is bad. Alright, go to your restart. And just get over here. Alright, so the faster way of doing this is... Fuck. Is doing this, which includes doing this, which can be scary. I've also messed it up a little bit, but the idea is here. But that can be slightly risky, especially if you don't know how to do it well. Also, people aren't comfortable with doing it in general sometimes, so what most people should do is kind of just keep grinding along this. Probably jump off. I don't know if you have to do that exactly, but you can do something like that. Alright, you do this. Get off here, just go around the corner, and try getting that. Then just proceed to this one.
Let's see if
Alright. Skate goal. Obviously you would rather get the jump right there, but since I didn't get it, I'm gonna redo this. Ideal is doing this. Now from what you do here might be different, but this is the bounce route, if I can ever fucking get the bounce. Try again. Use now. Okay. There's so many cars. Whatever. Alright, so that's ideal with the bounce, is that's what you would do. We'll do this goal. And then here you would hold Ollie, drop off, bend this corner, not no comply because that slows you down a ton. And just grind and Ollie that.
it's a miracle.
But alright.
Let's see.
Much safer way of doing this. Same thing here. Drop down here and instead grind to the right. And go for this like that, which is a lot safer. Also, it's a little bit safer to just Ollie into this and go around like here. Then you would do roughly the same thing towards the end. And why is my Reaver not working? Okay, whatever. But it's like the same idea, just a little easier basically. Okay. Alright, here's your custom restart.
Hey, man.
Alright, here you hold A and wait till like, I think you wait till like roughly 28. I'm not really sure how long you wait, but I wait till roughly 28. And you try landing on that ledge that's facing down just to get a little more speed, which gives you like a pretty significant speed boost still. Then from there on, you should be pretty fast and finish this with like a 12 or 11. Even without the speed boost, with the speed boost you'll get like a 13. Alright. Here. Go to Ollie. Alright, during this, the important thing is get special. Without special, you won't clear that first jump. Instantly boneless into that, and then just grind along that.
Stupid elephants!
That goal's pretty self-explanatory, just get special. For this, I always go with the boneless inning. Boneless shoot at the beginning, Reaver, and just spin it. But I think you can do that different ways, but that's just how I do it because it's nice and easy. Okay. During this, there's two things you can do. You can go for this way, which I think is a little bit harder, honestly. And that's kind of like whatever. But I think it's a little bit harder than doing this way. Oh. Generally you're on the other side of the wall for that, so it doesn't look as weird. But that's the other way you would do that, which I think is easier. Alright, this, boneless until the first drop down and get those two. Do that. And then drop down again to hit them both again. That goal will be a lot harder if they're in the wrong spots, but they shouldn't be. But drop down is really useful here to make sure you hit these two in the middle. Because you will always hit them on ground, but you won't hit them in a grind, which is really annoying. Alright, during floats, Ollie this first one. Hold A from here on out. Don't let go of it. And just keep spine transferring these things, and then Ollie off. And that'll trigger your storage. There's not really much else to that.
Check this out.
Just make sure you hold it down. And during this, the most optimal combo is just that. That's the most optimal combo you can do. Which isn't too hard. Just 180 boneless judo into your special manual. And that is college. Alright. San Fran. San Fran's a bit trickier. What you can do for that first one is different. That's what I do just because it's really simple and easy. Also this is simple. Or not simple, but what you do there is dependent basically on you. Like... Crap. Try going for it. Like, there's faster combos that you can do. I think this is the fastest one you can do for that. Just do special manual into your special flip, and that's fairly simple. Here I always just... You can do something. Wait, hold on. Not manualing. Okay, whatever. But if you're fast enough there, you can just go for a semi-flip until like other stuff, but I don't. I always just ollie, then personally I go for this. I do one special or flat ground modifier, and then just go for a judo, and that works perfectly fine. For this, get special instantaneously, and just kind of ride this out. Crowd might do, Crowd does do something a little bit different here. Personally, I go for this. You can get this team multiple ways, but I think that's the safest way. Also, that jump can be tricky if you're not paying a ton of attention. Well, I'm out of it. I might as well test this. Oh, you can. You can just hold A during that. I don't know if you had to or not. What are the other things people do here? Some people go on this rail to this, which I find a little bit riskier, but it's doable. Oops. And then some people do that instead, but it's just depending on what you want to do. Alright, next is Kareem.
Yo, what's the deal, baby?
I think what's the easiest and not best, but definitely the easiest way is just flatline 50k. I can try going for the other thing, but it's hard.
Yo, what's the deal?
Oops. Alright, so this is a lot. If you do this other way, it's way easier if you have the 900 instead of Indy.
I was cracking.
Pretend I had an Indy, but if you had an Indy 900 there, that's a lot easier. Or if you had the 900 Indy, you can go for that instead. But I recommend just doing flatline here. Just get special really quick, double grind, then fall off.
Nice.
Gets you there quick, and I should, yeah, get a Reaver, which there's better ways to do that, but they're kind of difficult in a sense. Alright, here, packages are, okay, packages are pretty straightforward. This one can be tricky. Just make sure you're holding right as you jump off that, and it's good. And then the rest of this is really explanatory.
Thank you so much. Now I can keep my job.
This part's kind of tricky sometimes, if I mess it up. I go for... Fuck, okay, I messed it up. Ideally, I would just land on there and drop down really quick and just get over here. And then I would just set a custom restart here. That's what I do. Anyways. And that comes in each 1 second. So you get special here and you just do your dark slide. Nothing special.
You extreme action sports kids sure are talented. I suppose you could surf, ride...
Alright, go to your restart and come over to combo.
Alright, it's like...
And this combo's really straightforward too. There's like nothing special about it.
Nice, kid. You got skills.
Do that. You got told you have skills. Collect your money, etc. And
Let's see if you can match...
alright, to match the bike speed, you skitch for a bit. Alright, you let go, and you grind twice. And you get super speed. And from there on, you just go back. This is the way I choose. There's a slightly faster route, but I can't really do it very well at all. But that's what I would recommend doing. It's easy. And from here on, you go to Boneless. Which is a bitch.
Yo!
Alright. Boneless 3 pure signs get your special. You can either do this, which is what I prefer, but I haven't done this other way, so we'll see if I can get it. Alright. Might not get this. I haven't actually practiced. That's the other way of doing this. You can revert and line up. The important thing here is, during this one, is to make sure you're completely lined up. If not, you're going to waste a ton of time. And over here, you just do the same. You're done. Alright. Make sure you're holding revert here. For when we go back to our teleport. Go to custom, and then we come over here. To Eric Costin. Nothing special here, just manual. There is a faster way of doing this, but it's a lot easier to mess up, and that's why I don't do it. Hold revert again, it's right there, while you're in air, and go over to Kareem.
See you handle.
Get your 100k, it doesn't really matter how you get this, this is how I choose to personally do it. Something like that. Maybe something better if I can. But that's what I would go for. Here, you don't... You can actually just land and go for the 900 instead, which is generally better. Alright. Now I'll talk about an alternate route from... this one? Yep, from here. Alright, so if you don't feel like doing some of the goals for whatever reason, you do this goal. and you can get Shark Attack over here. Or whatever you want to call it, but you would go over here right after that and do this goal.
Man, that was the... Whoa! You gotta be
And
kidding me!
after this insanely long cutscene,
What?
you would come up here, do this a little bit better, and just do that. And it's really safe, really easy. Takes slightly longer and everything, but it's not that bad. Then you would go to Kareem and then do the combo, and that would be the level end. So from there, we go to Alcatraz. You can choose to grind this rail or not. I just do now. Instead of restart right there, in front of that gate. All right, do your 55k, and Alyssa tells you something dumb, but that's fine. All right, so
You know,
you come here and you comp cheese again. Most of the comp cheeses in this game are exactly the same. Just 180 boneless judo,
ticket sales are
and
nice work, kid.
then do an Indy 900. It works for all but one competition in this game. Alright, here, boneless 180 judo to get specialty cooks and just semi-flip the bulldozer. Really quick, really easy. And after all that, we go to our custom restart. Alright.
Hey,
Alright, so this goal can be finicky. I ollie to the right there. And then I ollie early here so I can get a better position on this. And there I ollied early too, which is kind of risky. But if I do, I get this and get to go straight here. Where is it? Find the guard's keys.
hey.
I think here at the beginning, it's definitely best to just ollie to the right here. And, yeah, you can drop down there if you really want to. Make sure to hold grind during that. If you don't get the optimal setup right there, you instead do this, and it's really not that much slower. But okay. But I would say just I'm trying to think. Always make sure to hold ground there, but I think if you can try going for this, you don't really lose anything out of it, so always try for it.
Back for more.
Alright, 100k. I'm gonna do my 100k, which looks really weird compared to some other people's. Alright, so that's my 100k, but it's kind of confusing on what to do. Alright, so my 100k, instantly Reaver. Don't hold A. Then you boneless judo instantaneously right when you get there. I'll have to take this step by step.
Back for more.
Instantly Reaver, don't hold A, then instantly go for that. Grind, just go straight into that, don't ollie or anything. Because if you don't... Alright, if you just don't ollie, you just... Fuck, I held grind. You just bounce off of it. In our case, we get a lot more height off of it than that one did, but it's enough for air. If you're going for a safer way of doing this,
Back for more.
the idea is still the same. You can just do something like this. Oh, hold on, once I mess that up. This isn't too bad to do.
No serving.
Just make sure, as long as you get an Indy 900, it works.
Hey, can you?
Alright. Here at the beginning, I get special. And grind this. Stop holding A here. Don't hold A. Holding A there is bad. So, grind this here. Don't hold A. Late ollie here, if you can. And you'll always get that because you have a little bit more time to line yourself up. The ending here is pretty self-explanatory, but
Sweet.
I can explain this. Alright. There's two different things you can do here, which one is... Oops. Crap. Alright. I'm gonna go imitate that, since I messed up. You can either... As you get out of that goal, instantly set a restart right here. and go straight to doing this goal. Or, instead of doing that, once you're out of this goal, sometimes you land in a really good spot where you can just get over here and you can set a restart here. That's what I do instead,
Hey, let's try some.
because I like the positioning a little bit better than the other one, but it's kind of trivially which one you do. It's up to the person.
Keep that up, you'll be pro.
So, then you do either one of the goals. That's how you do that. That's explanatory on its own. And from here you would go to custom restart. And come over here to do Bam's goal. To do this, it's not very hard. You just go around all these. Make sure you hold revert here. So you revert right there. And then you come up here, and then you get 30 off that. I think there are simpler ways of doing this, but it's mostly up to the person. Also, if you're doing the restart from here, I think you finish in a spot where you... no, you'd still go to restart and do this over here, but anyways, so from there you would go to restart after you're done with that goal, and just come over here. And you do this. Alright, to do this, revert, or you... Crap, I keep messing it up. Just do a lip, revert, do a lip, revert, manual, do a lip, revert, manual, and... Oh, that didn't count. Oh, okay. And that's how you would do that goal. Ideally, you wouldn't be in my position. Let's see. Sectric. Where is it? Reaver Madness.
Hey, have you seen?
Alright. Ideally, I'd go over here, and the goal would count. Then do that again. That's ideally what you would do. And you'd land right over here into the combo goal. Combo goal doesn't really matter what you do at the beginning. When you get here, hold Y. Just hold it. Don't try pressing it on this thing, or else you'll miss it.
Nice work, kid.
There's no point of trying to just press it, even though, like, you might press for everything else, but this jump... Okay, go back. This jump right here can be really finicky, so just hold the button. No point of chancing it. And you'd be done with Alcatraz. Alright, Kona starts the same every time, but we do have a slight route variation later. Alright, so your first Slalom Run. The first and second one are really easy. The real main things about these are just make sure you're paying attention to where you're positioning right after. Like that second to last one can really fuck you over if you're not paying attention. Here, just... This is where... I messed it up, obviously, but... Bail. 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 Come on, bail. So, basically once you get instantly into these, you kind of want to just instantly turn as you're reaching them. I turn into them if you notice. That second to last one again will fuck you over if you're not paying attention.
Nice job.
But this goal's mainly just practicing slaloms. Alright, for this, get special, hold front, or hold up on your directional input, but don't do a no comply or anything. Also, try late ollieing. Not super late, but a little late. Here. So you get the speed, or you get the height to get over this. Then you just do that. That goal is mostly just late ollieing and holding up, but if you get a no comply or boneless, it'll mess it up completely. Alright, here to get Miss Ramos' stuff, instantly get special. And just... This is where the first one would be located. That's what I do. Some people go for like a lip instantly and get down, which might be quicker, I'm not really sure. Alright. Those rental pads are really easy to get in here. you might want to position differently. I position on the left side of that, because then I can revert really quickly
These'll
afterwards.
definitely need to be cleaned out before they go
But
back on the shelf.
that goal's really smart. Set your restart right there, and come over to do Miss Ramos's next goal. Alright, here this can be tricky. So that jump is a little tricky, and this jump can be a little tricky. So basically on this jump, I think it's like right as you collect the waiver, just jump, and on this one, right as you're about to reach that blue thing, jump and grind. And it makes that goal really simple, because those are the two major places to mess up that goal. You're towards the end, you just really have to move a little better, and that's about it. There isn't really much to it.
Thank you. I was really worried that the trip out here would be ruined for these kids.
Alright.
You sure?
Instantly go to your restart. Make sure you're holding Reaver, ideally. For this combo, I go over here. Try hitting, like, the later edge of that. And
Well done.
I'll do it again, but you don't want to wall ride too early. Because if you do... If you wall ride too early, you end up doing this. Well, that wasn't what I wanted, but you end up hitting that, which is the bad part. So do it on the later end. Do your Judo 360, and just
Not bad.
kind of keep going till you're over there. Once you have an 8x8 multiplier, you're fine. For this, there really isn't. Without the 900, there isn't really a good way to do that, which is a problem. Because with the 900, you'd be able to do this in one combo, which would be a lot faster, but without it, it's kind of harder unless you were to look for a combo. But the safe thing to do here is just make sure you have special, then Indy 900 on the second way up.
That was
That's the simplest thing to do. That's easy. Alright, then you come over here to Bucky.
alright, dog.
Alright, do this. Instantly get special, Indy 900 spine transfer, and do another Indy 900 spine transfer, then just spin it once. Spinning Indy 900 is extremely important, because it gets you score a crap ton. Alright, set your restart here,
Hey, there's all.
and again, cheese the competition with your amazing Indy 900 skills. And you do that.
Awesome.
Also, important to remember, you only need to win 2 of the competitions, in case you didn't know that already. Alright, from there you come over here and do Ollie. Oh, what? Alright. Combos for Ollie change, really, from person to person. One of the important things to do, in my opinion, is just make sure you never land on like a ramp on the second or first one. Because then you're like stuck moving for forever, because you have to be like stopped for it to continue. And then you do that. Alright, for optional routing, this is one of those optional goals, is to skate in Kona. So to do this, you do that at the beginning. Jump left here, then angle yourself to get this K a little bit better. Hold up there. You go over and get that. From here the route changes from person to person, kind of, on what their movement, what they do in their movement, but what I do is go for that. It's nothing like special, and it gets the job done pretty quickly.
How those letters keep getting away from us.
But really the only important thing to do on that skate is... see?
Guess what?
Is the jump for the K is or not the jump, but this part right here. I messed it up. Whoops. Getting to the K can be really annoying. There is a faster way of doing it, but I find this jumping to the left and angling myself here is a lot safer. And it puts you... it lets you easily get over here. And yeah, you just keep...
Hey, nice
you just
job.
get the skate.
I don't know.
Alright, from here, instantly go to custom restart, and you'll come over here to the combo go.
5.
Also important to note that if you do Ollie the bums and don't do Kona skate, you instantly go to restart, which I'll show again in a little second.
Alright, you won this.
That skate, that combo is really explanatory, but at the very end of it, make sure you're holding revert. Like during this cutscene, so you can revert quickly and go here. Alright. Let me do bums really quick. Doesn't press the bumps. Alright. Alright. So, if you're only doing this goal, then you just go straight to restart here, and you go down there and do it. Blah blah blah. Do the goal. And from there, you'd be here, and then you'd just revert and come over here. And from here, you could just combo cheese again. Because that's all we're good at in this game. And from here you'd be done from Kona, and you'd have either 45... You'd generally have 45 here no matter what. Alright, so here, instantly set your custom restart.
Hey, I just got...
And you do a combo. This can be finicky. This part right here is what I used to do. I used to do this and just fall, but then I kind of got cucked a couple times and it made me irritated.
Good job, man.
So, instead, I've been doing something different there. Playing.
Hey, I just got...
Alright, so, this is what I do instead. Grind and instantly jump almost, just because it's a little bit safer, and finish out the combo goal. Alright, from there you go to Rivets. Alright, so Rivets is kind of shitty. Oops. The beginning Rivets are kind of all the same. I use drop downs here a lot just really for fun. I think that second one I did those important. Alright, here is the hard jump. Alright, so what I've noticed about this jump is this jump's very speed dependent. And that's why I started going for these drop downs. So you always get your speed up and here, and it's really easy to do. I'm not sure why, but the faster you go, the easier it is. So just do that. Make sure you don't ollie too late though, or else you're going to end up in a really bad spot. Here I'm on the right side on accident. Oh, I messed up anyways. It doesn't matter anymore. So, yeah, just keep your speed up. Don't do that. You can still get it. If you feel like you're gonna mess it up, you can ollie off early, really early, and like get onto the cement and try it from there. And finishing out the rest of this is pretty simple. Here, at the very end, you have to pay attention. Try going to the right while you're doing this. So at the very end, because then you can just air out. Not do that, but ideally, you get it back over there. Now, ideally, you go over here and you air. Fuck. If I can ever do it. Alright. Air out. Fucking don't keep messing up like I do. I'm being dumb or something. Instantly go to Rivets. Alright, during Rivets, very important. Hold grind and mash A. When? Right there. Because then if you do, you get a double tap. Alright, so hold grind and just mash A. I'm at 4 out of 5, so now I just have to try getting the last one, which I missed. This is really easy to do, but make sure you don't hold grind too early or else you fucking snapped that rail. And I'm not sure why it does it. So again, this game just likes snapping the rails a ton. Alright, so I messed up. 2 doubles and a single is probably the fastest you'll get it. Unless you're able to get a triple, which is really rare. And only like a couple people can, so getting a double, 2 doubles is fine. Alright, so just finish out the goal if I could. Alright, so there you're done. From there, you come over here and come to walk the dogs. Walking the dogs is actually really easy. Here, jump to the left, grind that, just jump off, hold A, and then that's it. Don't move your stick almost at all, except for, like, literally my last stick movement is after this beginning part, which... Here, jump, jump, jump off the ramp, and then at the very end you'll notice I angle myself a little bit, because... I'm gonna try doing it.
Looks like
Because it's really important to try to get... well, it's not really important, but this is a minor time save, that's nice. Alright, once you get this,
they had you.
once you press everything, just start spamming the shit out of your goal button. Alright, here, nothing special, get your 65k, whatever you do there will probably work. I just go for Flatland, but you can do whatever you want. Alright, from here... oh, I messed up actually. Alright. This is another route alternate, I guess. Is what you do here. So, finish out that goal, then when you're actually in your stat menu here, you would... I have extra stats on accident, but you put 10 into spin and 10 into lip balance depending on what route you're doing, and then ideally you'd only have 25 of these. So you would put the rest into lip balance because it'd be useful anyways. But lip balance and spin are very important for this if you're going for this route. And also it's just a little bit safer. So from here, from that you would go to custom restart. You'd come over here and talk to Andrew. This beginning thing can be a bitch, but other than that, it's pretty easy. It's important to remember that make sure you don't like mess yourself up there. You always have enough air to ollie over that, which is good. Then the last thing is easy, just don't get fucked over by the ramp. From here you would hold revert. And that's what you would do there to get over here. Alright, here is something weird, but if you're doing the route with Bucky, you can set restart, and half the time it will like take you here. During Gap the Containers, don't get special. For the love of God, don't fucking get special. Which might seem weird, but there's a reason. After this fucking like 20-second cutscene goes. Alright, you don't get special, because if you do, you have a higher chance of hitting that little thing right there and it messes you up. The last one, always spine transfer. Don't wall ride. Never fucking wall ride the last one. That's like... there is a really high chance you'll miss it, and by high I mean higher than you would really like. Again, I'll try sing if I fuck it up.
Alright, so
If I get special. I mean, it works fine for the first two, but you'll definitely notice it. This cutscene takes 5 years. Alright. Alright, so you'll notice that I didn't actually get it, but you have a really high chance of hitting that thing, which isn't good. But always remember, spine transfer the last one. Alright, from there you would really come here. Alright, you actually have to land these. There isn't really much to this, it's just another competition. Just make sure you get your Indy 900 in, and you'll always win. Unless, you could go for... you could like do a flatland 60k-ish, roughly. It's like 55, 60k. That'll win you the competition, so... if you do that, then... oh, dang. I'll try redoing it really quick.
Run, buddy. We might even be able to have another competition.
Alright,
My form.
I'll try this. Alright, that was bad. Hold on. Yeah, that would work. That second combo would work around 50k, and it's still pretty fast. I go for the Indy 100 just because it's a little bit safer.
We might even be able to have another.
Here, instantly go to your restart, and come over here to inventory the crates. Alright, during inventory the crates, do this. What I do here is kind of special. I air out here, so I will always get a faster grind here, but it's a little bit slower than doing what's optimal, which some people might care more about than others. Here, grind these. Don't fuck up this last one as much as I did. These are really easy to like get intertwined to. Hopefully I can do this. Oh, I messed it.
Heck, son, there's no career in the
Let me redo this.
sport. Come to work here, and at 50,
Alright.
I need to get those.
Just always get special here, I think. It's useful. Makes you go speedy. Air out here. Make sure you always get that. Unless you want to go for the other way, which is perfectly fine if you do. Make sure to hold Revert right here. That's very important. Make sure you're holding Revert going into this thing. Because then if you don't, you might mess this up. Also, that spine chestnut can be really finicky. From here, do this. Well, don't do that exactly.
What I found.
Where was it? Oh. Alright. So, then you just go over here, do this. Then, you just invert, or you just flip choke that really quick, and it'll get you everything. If it doesn't, this thing might not go off sometimes. If you just pop a flip on it, it'll work fine. Alright. From the end of that goal, instantly go to your restart again. Depending what route you're doing, obviously, you come over here and do Bucky.
Alright, here's a...
Alright, the safe thing to do here is land and revert and get special like this. That's the safe thing to do here if you're doing it. Depending... Fuck, well I messed up, but... Well, now I can show off that easier, or not easier, but the faster way. So, the faster way would be boneless in air, for me at least. Boneless in air, get a judo, and then pop shove it. Then you would come over here and do that. That's kind of hard though, because it's really easy to mess up. But if you do it that way, then a 149 will get you over here easily.
Just did that.
But again, it's really easy to mess up, so I would recommend just reverting and doing it like that if you're trying to look for doing that. Alright, from there, once you're done with that, go to your restart again and come over here to do welders.
I'm here to deliver.
Doing welders is, again, self-explanatory. Get special to go fast, go fast. Angling yourself here can be a bit finicky. You have a little bit of time to do it, so what I personally do is I slow my character down a little bit, and to make sure that I can always get up here to do Rune's goal next really easily. Alright, there's multiple things you can do here actually for this goal. Don't get special. If you do, you'll go over. Or I will go over anyways. But this is the safest thing to do, though sometimes it can mess you up.
Alright, you nailed that one.
It's kind of like... I don't know how to explain it. This goal's weird, but there's two other ways you can do this goal. So, way one is come over here, try jumping in the corner of this, and you fall down, and hopefully you don't fucking fall down at a bad angle like that, and you would do it like that. This is, and way number 3 of doing this, which Crowd found out about the other day, would be coming up here, reverting and just doing it like this, and, you know, actually getting the right trick. If I can get this. I haven't practiced this at all, so it's not too surprising I'm not getting it at all. This way's... it's a little bit risky from what I'm feeling out. It might be a little faster though. But that's what you do there. Grind that, and come over here to do this.
You're pretty good.
There's multiple things you can do here actually. What I choose to do again is flatland, because I'm comfortable, but some people aren't as comfortable as I am with flatland.
No
So
one skates like that around here.
you can do something else. There's another thing. Try showing it. 150k.
You're pretty.
If you're not as comfortable with that, I would recommend doing something like coming over here and doing something like this probably. I'll try doing it here. Try just getting an Indy 900 off that ramp. You lose a little bit of time, but it's still fast.
I just been.
Alright, during this goal's a bitch. What I do is I grind that. Yeah. Whoops, I missed the trade completely. But I grind this into a boneless, get my special. Then I hug the left side of that a little bit.
Pretty good.
Because then I can hold left. And I'll make sure not to jump off really early.
I just.
This goal is pain in the ass though, and is really easy to mess up, so if you like that, it's really easy to mess up and sometimes it won't count. You can go for a slower strat of just kind of waiting, but I don't go for that. And then sometimes like that, it won't count. Why? I don't know. But you could also just wait it out a little bit and kind of get an easier time. Well, I mean easier if you know how to do it, but personally I would just do this. Probably because I'm comfortable with it. If I can ever get it again. Fuck. Apparently not. Okay.
Hey, you're pretty good.
Alright, like that. Alright, from there, depending on your route, you're done with all the goals. Depending on what you're doing, obviously, so then you would go to London, but that's always your last goal. Alright, so London, every route for this is the same. Instantly get special here, it makes this a lot easier. Don't boneless, just ollie it. Come over and do the same thing, just ollie. You'll always get that. If you do get a bad angle though, you won't get it, but you can recover it really quickly. Alright, instantly go over here. Go to this guy. And just get your combo. I do it flatlining on the way there. Normally, I wouldn't get hit by a bus. That would be ideal. But that just happened. Right. Set your restart anywhere around here, really. Don't quit. Like right there is fine. Then come up here and do this goal. Alright, this is what I saw from Crowd the other day, but you can just do that and get that combo really quick. It's really simple and really easy to do and fast. And it positions you like perfectly for the next goal over here. So combo ladder. This is one of the reasons you might need rail balance. If you're not comfortable with the rail meter, or not rail meter, but the balance meter. This is one of the longer ones, I guess, for grinding, but it's not too bad. So here, make sure you're holding revert 100%. No matter where you land, you're generally going to have to hold revert, so you can go right there, not ollie into stuff and get a bonk like I did. Generally, you just come straight to this. Here, 180 boneless revert, judo, whatever, do that. Do that. I did a trick extra. I also am very surprised I landed that, but this isn't hard. You'll always, as long as you do the 8900 fairly quickly, you'll get that. Just make sure you do an extra trick. You need a 7x multiplier in this case. Like, or you need an 8x multiplier, my bad. Just to make sure you always get enough points. So that works perfectly good. Alright, from here, go to your custom restart, wherever you put it around here. Come over here. This goal, it doesn't matter kind of what you do a little bit, because you have a little bit of time, I guess. I mean, it matters if you fucking miss the bus, but ideally you don't. Okay. I think you can do this slightly faster, but it doesn't matter. In the end, you end up having to wait a little bit. Come over here. Tag your second bus. Sit here in silence. Then you tag that third bus. If you go out of balance, it spawns you perfectly, which is really nice. Then you come over here. Get the fourth bus. Get the fifth bus. Hold your revert button again, because again we have to revert instantly afterwards. Which we do a lot of. So you revert instantly, and you come down here to Rodney. During Rodney, you just do what he says. You memorize it eventually. Manual into pogo. Great, now land it. Manual into pogo. Wait a little bit. Now do your wraparound. Then do a 4x multiplier, then do a special flip. Or do a semi flip. And that's all you really have to do for that goal. Alright. Back to our competition cheesing. Just do an Indy 900. I don't think you even need the manual in between. No, you don't. You don't need the manual in between, so... Hey, do you? No, you don't. So, let's do that. Cheese your way there. Actually, there is one special thing you can do here. That you can do for every other competition, but I find this one a little bit more valuable to do it. Where's the competition? During this competition, do the first one like you normally would. Instantly end the second one. do the third one. Why? Because this keeps you special, and it makes you a little bit faster coming over here. It's a minor thing to do, but it's good. Right here, I get special instantly and just come over here. You don't have to, actually, because you don't need... You can do special on this one, and it'll still count perfectly fine, but that's what I do. It's kind of your own choice type of thing. Nothing really special. Do it. That's another goal, why you might want rail balance. But, it's up to you. Alright, from here you're done with London. And you go to Zoo. Alright, so the first goal is really easy. The really important thing is, when you're in the middle of flipping the first thing, in the middle of the hard flip, make sure you're holding revert. So, revert instantly and just do that. That's the easiest way to do that goal without it being a pain in the ass. If you mess that up, I actually think it's just faster to reset it sometimes. Alright. During this goal, you flatland over again. Be careful of that lady, because she will fucking punch you if you knock over, or if you touch her kid. Ideally you get up where I am. And from here you would set a restart, but there are times where I mess this up. You can also do this, which is a little bit safer, I guess. You can just come down here and set the restart. It's really up to you, though. I think the other one's a little bit faster. Alright, here, feed the hippos, hold grind right there. You can do this two different ways, but I do it this way. Jump to the right there, jump to the left here, do that, drop down at the very end of that. And then make sure you're holding this for a revert, because then you just revert and come over here. Alright, let me do this again. Like, just make sure you're holding grind for those two, really. You can, there's another way to do it with the upper log, but I don't do it. Some other people do. But just drop down at the very end, it'll still work. Alright, the skate goal can be finicky.
Hey, you!
So what I do is I get special at the beginning, right there, and do that. But, there's two important things to know about this. One is you need to grind that rail. I get special because it makes this jump right here slightly easier if you have special, which I think is important to not messing up. Get the K like that, jump over, do that, get your hippo plant, and come over here, fall right up this, revert right here really quickly, and get your E, and don't fuck it up. But yeah, if you're doing this goal, I would honestly say get special at the beginning. It makes this jump a ton easier. And you can get this K over here. Also, I guess you could do that to get special too. Hold forward here, on that rock. Just hold forward, because then you'll go straight on top of it and not like try jumping off of it. Make sure you're lining yourself up for those hippo jumps, obviously. Oops, I messed up. Alright, let me try getting this once without messing up. Alright. So there's that. Ollie over. Ollie on top of the hippo. As long as you have some speed, you'll always get that. And you're lined up properly. I'm messing this up a lot, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, ideally, you do that. Fuck. Keep messing this up. Oop. Alright, so, do that. Alright, that was a weird hippo plant, but it works. Do this, get on top of that, like I did the first time, come over here, revert, and just jump into the E. Alright. Do that, and everything's golden. Come over here, talk to the kid, and come get combo. This is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, the most optimization you get there is dropping down there on the very last O. And then holding it again, because you have to revert behind you next time you do this anyways. Like that. So you're right here, and you have to talk to Zookeeper. Get to the Tram gate. This goal's really easy and simple. Drop down right there. Just for safety, drop down right there so you can have a quick revert. Come back. Drop down again. I had a lot of drop downs. Don't get bitch slapped by that lady, ideally. Like I said, she's a bitch and she loves her child.
Thanks a lot.
And you come over here. Alright. I don't think there's any way to avoid this. After this goal, you always die there, no matter what. But you go to restart instantly and you come over here to do your competition. During this competition, I play this slightly safe. There is a chance you will get bopped if you go for the standard, like, 5x combo, which, as you can see, Rodney's actually not that far off of me, so I play that safe and add a couple more tricks, just to make sure. But that's up to you if you want to or not. This is one of those places where doing the third competition would be fast, or getting the special for that would be faster a little bit, but it's not too big of a deal. Alright, set your restart right there. Do that.
Okay, try this one.
Alright, I never Reaver instantly on this one because it doesn't give you as much time to prepare for the spine transfer. Right there, you spine transfer, do an Indy 900 right there, then spin this out.
Sweet.
And you easily get enough points. That's easily the most easy way to do it.
Hey,
Alright, for this, I'm sure there's more optimal ways, but I go for flatland here. Right here, go into switch and do an Indy 900. Don't fuck up like I did, but this works. And I'll redo this afterwards. For this last one, go into this wall, do this, Indy 900, grind, then just finish it out. Alright. Where's this? Where's the... Let's go up the monkey, blah blah blah, da da da, beat Bob's rescue combos. Alright. Flatland again. Go into switch. Oh fuck, you can do this too. It is slightly slower if you hit this because you keep on rolling, and it wastes a ton of time, actually. Retry. Alright. This time. It's the time. Alright, there we go. This is what... Oh, fuck. Minus the manual, that's fine. Then again here. Be careful. That can be a little finicky, though.
Alright, that was sweet.
But as long as you're a little bit careful, you'll be fine. Just make sure... One of the weird things about this game is when you're wall riding, the harder you go straight at it, the higher you get. Ugh. So, you know, if you want to play it a little bit safer, just...
We're about to hold.
No, not this. Not this. Alright, there we go.
Hey,
Try doing this optimally too. Do that, revert, spin, judo with it, stop manualing afterwards, and you're golden. So, the harder you go at it, like this angle's pretty hard. Just make sure, you actually want to try late grinding if you can. Just for a little added safety. You could also use the 900 there, and it'll be a little bit safer. Alright, from here you go to restart, and you come and do Lion Tamer. Lion Tamer is really simple. Boneless judo, manual, Indy 900, you're done.
that was a close one.
You can mess it up a little bit if you do, just make sure you have an Indy 900 somewhere and it's easy. Easy. Alright.
Ready to try?
Bob's goal can be a pain in the ass. Personally, what I go is, I do a boneless triple heel flip, then revert, and then do the sit down air. That's what I do. You can do that differently if you want, but I find that to be really easy, so I don't, like, fuck up a bunch of inputs at the same time.
Ready to try?
Do this again. So, boneless, triple heel flip, revert, then do your sit down air.
You can do it.
Alright. From here, let's go to options, spend cash, levels, do Chicago, back out, play level, then go to Chicago. Alright, then you're in Chicago. Alright, this is where routes might deviate again. Alright, so, no matter what though, you're always doing this. I will do the harder route first, though. So, the harder route would be coming over here and doing this instead. Getting that, and coming up here.
Ah, that was good.
That would be the harder route that not really anyone goes for, but this is the 1.5 mil route. Is the important thing to remember. And you would do 1.5 mil. If you're doing 1.5 mil here, then you do this. Hopefully not fuck this up a ton. 900 again, revert it. Try building up your trick multiplier, do another 900, spin it. I ollie into that so I can, like, to stop my speed really. Then I would be over here. So I would end up right here. I would set a custom restart if I'm doing the 1.5 mil route. Alright. The standard route though would be roughly the same. I'm right here. Spin this. Oh shit, I messed up actually. I think. I did. Wait. I wonder. Alright. Okay, I'll just do standard way. Whatever. So, any 900 here again. Spin this. If you have spin set, you can do a 540. Manual. Do that again. Judo into that while you're spinning, because you'll still get a spin out of it. Don't ollie right there like I did, but it can work. And you'll have enough combo still. If you're doing that, then set a custom restart right here. If you're done with 900k and going, you would always go to Ollie the Bum if you're doing that route. In either route, you always go to Ollie the Bum afterwards, after you set your restart. Come and do this. And this isn't too hard. Drop down right here. If you save like a second, which isn't much, but it's something. Alright, go to restart instantly, and come over here to do your pizza guy delivery. Important to note, if you bail on this goal, the goal is donezo, which is kind of shitty. I don't know if I'm gonna hit by this. I didn't, thank god. Alright, come over here. Keep fucking delivering your pizzas. Alright, then over here. What you do here is different for everyone. I do that because it lines you up a little bit better for this pizza, honestly. Ollie early here. Oh, I didn't get it. But you would land on this rail, then you can drop down. Then you can just grind all the way over here. Alright, ideally here, I don't know if I'll get it, but you Reaver instantly. Not like that, but you Reaver. Grind that, drop down, come over here to Mafioso. Alright, jump to the left a little bit. If you're crad, do some shit that's really hard probably. Get this guy. This guy fucking hates me. Important to note, the hitbox on them is right here. It is not on top of them, but it's in front of them. Which I don't fucking get it, but whatever. Alright, hit this wall really hard. Now I'll just redo this and try doing it optimally. Alright, got that one. Alright, just hit this wall really hard. Just boneless up. Once you jump to the left there, you're in the perfect, like, linear position. Come get this Mafioso. You can slow down for that one, which would probably be easier if you're not comfortable with this goal. Come get this guy, and you probably could have grinded. I could have grinded that bench to get a little more speed. Come over here, and come over to this guy. Alright, then that guy tells you, great work, chief, and etc, etc. Alright. Instantly get special here. It's actually really important. You go a lot faster if you do, or it feels a lot faster. Maybe it's not a ton faster, but it feels... You feel super speedy. Just keep coming over here. During these hydrants, you can fuck them up though. If you don't ollie close enough to them, or if you ollie too close to them, okay, you will miss one. And missing one in this goal can be critical. So, let's get that. And you're golden. Alright, instantly go over here, jump in the river because you want to drown yourself. And then you do beef Hall fan. Alright, from here, I always ollie into the... Alright, I boneless into the first guy every time. Like, what you do here is up to you. You can fall down and instead do that in manual if you feel like that's easier, but I still grind. Once you do get your 10 B-ballers, they'll fall back into the river. It still counts. It's all fun. And you're done with that goal. You come up here, and you're over here. Alright, during this goal, instantly go to the left, fall off. Notice how you're supposed to get a 100k combo on the ledge. Aha! Well, you don't need the ledge. Fuck the ledge. Then you just flatland your way over here and get your 100k. Or, yeah, get your 100k and come over here to this guy. You don't have to spin this, I just do for fun. So you do that. You do everything he says, basically. It's not hard. This last one can be a pain in the ass, so... Honestly, if I were you, I'd go for the flip, then the Madonna. I don't know why, I think that's slightly easier, but it's up to the person on whatever they want to do. Normally you wouldn't be getting this here. Alright, I'm gonna click no for the purpose of this. So, you're generally here, you're at 87 goals, I think, in any route. Yeah, you're at 87 goals here, normally. So, you come over here, you get combo. I drop down here because it's safer, and then I drop down the second one and get a slightly better position. The really important thing on this pro combo ladder is, always go to the right, of that rail. Shuffle to the right of that rail all the time. Don't ever not do it. It's important to shuffle to the right. And then from there you just kind of feel the goal out. Here, set a restart, and you do a 900 over here. This goal's really simple once you find where you're supposed to do it. Nice and easy. Nothing special about it. And go back to your restart and do your last goal. These last two goals are interchangeable what you do. I'll show, this is the fast way to do this goal. You hold left there and get us faster, and you do it like that. But that can be moderately difficult. The easier way of doing this, if you're really not comfortable with this, with the other way, line yourself up for this and do the right side of the cars, and you'll always get it like that. Super simple. It does lose you a bit of time, but nice and easy. Alright, from there, in most cases you press yes on when you get the final goal, but in my case I can't, so you instantly go to shipyard and then you mash X to get this goal. This always takes forever, and you're here. So, when you're doing this goal, there's really nothing special. This is how I do the goal. I drop down right there and kind of bend my way back over, but that's probably not the most optimal way for most people, so I didn't finish it just to show this. For a lot of people, they would probably rather do something like this, where they don't even drop down there, they just kind of come in air here and they kind of go back, which is also fine. And from here you would do this, Ollie into this rail, grind it, manual, and then go over here. You don't need to lift the last part of this, you can grind it and it still works. There is something better you can do towards the end of it though, if I can get it. Let's see if I can actually get it. If you're doing the faster way of doing this, I should say. Right. Do this like normal. Drop down really quick. Grind that. Come back over. And... oh, dang, I didn't get it. But I think towards the end you would wall ride up the wall, and you... more than anything, this looks cool. I don't actually think it's that much faster. Can't get this thing. Alright, over. Get that last one, come over here and then grind that. Would be the swag way of doing it. Also kind of risky. Saves like 0.1 second. But, you know, it is a speedrun. You gotta save all the frames. Alright. Don't bail. That's also very important. It does say all in one combo, so you might want to listen to it. Alright. This is the last try. I can't get it. But yeah. That'd be the slightly faster way of doing it. And I finished with 94 goals because I covered all the different routes, but ideally you'd be at 91 right now. So I did 3 extra goals just to cover stuff. And that kind of covers it for Pro Skater 4. There isn't really much more besides playing the game and kind of finding out for yourself what you feel like you need to do. but if anyone ever needs help, they can just... well, they can PM me, or they can ask me on my stream, I don't really care. And I'll try showing them how to do the goal. Alright. Well, that's all the goals.